Welcome back. Police say over the weekend, officers from the Electronic Monitoring Unit assisted in the arrest of 11 men between the ages of 17 and 29 years old for serious offenses, including murder, armed robbery, organized crime, possession of dangerous drugs, possession of an unlicensed firearm, and violation of bail conditions between January 22nd and January 28th. The Electronic Monitoring Unit has formally charged one of those individuals with breach of bail during this time period. On the heels of the United States issuing a safety travel advisory to its citizens traveling to the Bahamas because of the high rate of crime to start 2024, police say they received 2 separate complaints of sexual assault over the weekend involving 2 female visitors, with both incidents occurring on Paradise Island. The first incident occurred on Saturday on Casino Drive around 2:30 a.m. Police say a 30-year-old Mexican woman was walking when an unknown male armed with a knife approached her, forced her into his vehicle, and sexually assaulted her. The second incident occurred at a resort on Sunday around 10:30 p.m. and involved a 81-year-old Canadian female. Police are questioning a 61-year-old male resident of Canada in connection with that incident. Investigations continue into both matters. On the labor front, in response to industrial action taken by members of the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union and employees of the Road Traffic Department last week, Minister of Labor and Public Service Pia Glover-Roll today noted that her ministry was quick to respond to the industrial unrest at road traffic and by the hotel workers who were at the foot of the Sydney-Poitier Bridge.
On that morning, it was decided that peaceful meeting will be taking place tomorrow, in fact Tuesday, with Mr. Woods, our Director of Labor and a senior executive of Atlantis. Until such time, the union has agreed to stand down until negotiations or conversations can be had. Our Director of Labor will be the mediator, and we're looking for good things to come out of that meeting. The fact that the union and the hotel have agreed to sit down with the director shows that we are actively engaging in amicable labor relations, and we hope that only good things will come out of that meeting tomorrow. Once the meeting has concluded, the Director of Labor will be able to give an update on the results.
Asked about union workers accusing Atlantis of union busting by standing in the way of the signing of their industrial agreement, Minister Glover-Roll says negotiations are actually going well.
Well, I can't speak to that because we have to meet with the union president and the senior executive of Atlantis. Atlantis has not declined to the meeting. I understand that negotiations have gone well, except for one clause in the negotiations. That is the matter of contention. So I think they've been actually negotiating in good faith, but there's one clause that is a matter of the tip category that needs to be ameliorated. So I'm hopeful that Atlantis and the Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union will make resolution on that tomorrow.
As for the union taking action, the Labor Minister says they are within their rights to do so.
Well, I knew that they would show up at the bridge the morning of, because our fingers are on the pulse and we generally know what's happening in the country in regards to labor relations. But the unions have a right to protest. Again, President Wood says it was not a protest. It was a meeting of his members at the foot of the bridge that morning, and that's what they did.
According to the minister, a special meeting is set to take place on Tuesday and will be mediated by the Director of Labor, Howard Thompson, with union and hotel executives expected to be in attendance. And finally, last week, Dr. Rolf Bruentes, atmospheric scientist of the U.S. National Center for Atmospheric Research, along with LaRon Burrows, CEO, and Adam Darwell, Vice President of the Bahamas Aviation, Climate, and Severe Weather Network, paid a courtesy call on the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments, and Aviation, Chester Cooper. Deputy Director General of the Ministry of Tourism and Director of Aviation, Dr. Kenneth Roma, was also in attendance. They are also seen here. The mission of the U.S. Center for Atmospheric Research is to understand the behavior of the atmosphere to support, enhance, and extend the capabilities of the broader scientific community, while the Bahamas Aviation, Climate, and Severe Weather Network seeks to advance early warning systems to reach vulnerable communities here in the Bahamas overlooked by limited national weather forecasts. And that'll do it for your JCn Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.